supposed to come earlier, and due to some visa problems, it was postponed. It was actually announced in the press also, so people know about what you are coming to do and the purpose of your visit. I'm happy that we've started the program quite successfully so far. And this afternoon, we would like to explain a little bit more about the foundation who has invited you, OEG, the Onderwijswerkgroep, and some other presentations from people who are associated with our foundation. But maybe first of all I should explain a little bit more about the foundation itself. Educational... I will try to speak loud.
Microfoon.
Yep. Oh, well enough. Okay. Okay, I'll try it again. Ja,
En toch hard spreken maar.
hard spreken, okay. Life on earth. Is it? I think you will agree with me. In history we used to speak about BC, before Christ and after Christ. I think now we should talk about before computer and after computer. It has actually changed our life completely. And in the early 80s, there were teachers who were actually teaching in primary schools, secondary schools, who already foresaw this instrument is going to be very important for our education system. It will change life, it will also change the way we learn. So the first... and some... okay, I'll try again. So in the 80s, the early 80s, these teachers, they made very simple approaches were in all parts of the Netherlands. When they had finished the program, they would share these products, you know, on floppies and on diskettes. They would join.
And the other delegates from Indonesia to visit here, Netherlands, not only Eindhoven but also here, namanya Roermond. As a person who has already been involving in education for more than 30 years, exactly 32 years I have been involved in education. I'm impressed in the innovation and of education here, and also the creativity of people and experts here in Holland, especially in making some, creating some modes of learning, modes of instruction, like what I have already got the information this morning and today, and also I'm impressed with the circumstances of this. I call it school, but it is actually not a school, but the education facilitatory center, education facilitatory center. And why? Because this is the way where a student can learn not only from books and other traditional learning resources, but also learn from the environment and circumstances. So that's why I just thought to Wim and Chef that I also can make arrangement to send some teachers from our schools, especially Islamic schools, under my responsibility to also make some something like a homestay here to learn about the modes of teaching and learning and education in this learning education facilitatory center. Sorry, so I have to memorize the exact name of it. Why I am so impressed in the creativity and innovation in education here in Hala, because you know, in Indonesia, yes, we learn much about education and technology. We learn also much about how to make e-learning system, etc., etc. But there, because the maybe less facilitation from other agent, so the creativity cannot be cultivated optimally there in Indonesia. But here, not only government but also private sectors also facilitate those who are interested in making innovation and creativity to be cultivated, and that's why the product is like what I have already seen this morning and this afternoon, this evening actually, and also this evening. That's why maybe I remember something about the human brain, because I read in one of the book that actually human brain have around 20,000 bytes per second. Human brain, meaning that every hour we have we can process memory around 20,000 times 60 times 60 times 60. How many bytes we can process actually? But according to the research, that the human brain only used by, in average, only used by the person only 20%, meaning that 80% of the potential human brain processing memory is not used. But when I take a look into Indonesian human brain, maybe less than 20%, must be much less than 20% of Indonesian human brain used in average. That's why there is a story. This is maybe imagination story. Maybe there is an exhibition of human brain, from the sample of human brain from people from several countries, like maybe from Holland, from in UK, from France, from Indonesia, from United States, etc. in the exhibition. And when the people come to the exhibition, they learn about human brain that, and they find that Indonesian sample of human brain still original. Why? Because and they maybe they can buy the human brain with high cost. Indonesian human brain, why? Because it is still original. Not like Holland's human brain, because they have already been used several times maximally, so it's less. The price is less than Indonesian human brain. That's a story about human brain. So my impression is we need to learn from other countries, people, including from people in Netherlands, from Dutch, how to use the brain, how to use the creativity in making innovation. innovation in education in order to make Indonesian people in terms of their education and competitiveness become higher and higher. That's my impression. Then this is not only my personal impression, but also my impression as also the people from the government. So, learning from this, I would like to maybe encourage people who are active in education to use their creativity, potential creativity, to use their potential educational background, etc., to make innovation. And maybe for the first time we have to learn and adopt what Edulika has already done in making some innovation and in education. That's my impression, and thank you very much for giving us opportunity to observe what the innovation that has already done here in the Netherlands. Thank you very much.
Thank you.